you. That looks fabulous.
It helps to be beautiful in life, no question. When I was growing up, I didn't think that I would pursue something on camera. I first worked in radio as a rock and roll DJ. I loved it. When I transitioned into television and went into the news business, I loved that.
I'm Bree Walker, and this is Action News at 11.
I didn't really think that I would end up at the anchor desk. I thought what I would do is work in the field as a reporter, and I'd, find ways to maybe just not show my hands much. I wasn't quite sure how I would handle all of that, although I wore prosthetic gloves for the first couple of weeks that I worked on camera. I can't believe I actually wore these on the air. So what I would do is to put them on just before the news broadcast. I was so stiff with my body language that the news director said, well, this just isn't working too well. You're pretty stiff. And they said, yeah, I feel like I'm wearing a mask. He said, take them off, Bree. Let's see what happens. And of course, these only made me truly handicapped. And I knew then that the future of my career hung on whether the public accepted me the way I really was.
Some big screen, big hits are available for viewing in the comfort of your home this month. Entertainment reporter Steve Kumetko has a rundown of what's hot on video for November.
And no one complained, and the rest was history. Andrea, Aaron, I found some really old pictures of you kids. Some of these pictures, all babies are
like Winston Churchill.
All babies look like Winston Churchill when they're first born, don't you think? When my babies were first born, one of the first things you do is count their fingers and toes. It's just standard procedure. I could tell to the doctor who delivered them and the nurses who were handing them over to me, there was a little sorrow in the way they did it. Once I saw you kids inside my stomach, I couldn't not have you. It was that simple. I mean, your hands look beautiful to me, and your feet looked beautiful to me. People didn't really understand what ectrodactyly was because I was attacked for choosing to have children, knowing full well that I had a 50-50 chance of carrying this on to them. And you do have every right to be here. Any way you came out. I loved your hands the way they were.
Yeah, that was the only thing that made me cute. Otherwise, I was the ugliest baby in existence.
No, you were just all newborn. But this was before your surgery, before your fingers were separated. Both Andrea and Aaron have had multiple surgeries on their hands and feet. See, they were bent already.
Oh.
And they split your two fingers so that you could have two separate fingers and be able to have more manual dexterity. My hands really didn't have the option to have much done with them because my case is pretty complete and complicated. And here your feet have been surgically made narrower. After you had your surgery done, you had this extremely high instep on your left foot, which you still do. Mm-hmm. Remember when we went shoe shopping for prom a couple of years ago, a few years ago?
Yeah, it wasn't really a problem.
I know, but you were unhappy about the limited number of shoes you could look at.
Not really.
Yes, you were. You complained to me about your feet. You said, I hate my stupid feet.
I don't have any memories of anyone ever giving me any problem about my hands.
When you were in grade school, you had a couple of incidents that were...
I don't remember any.
That's interesting.
You
blew past them pretty fast. She's more Teflon than both you and me.
Honestly, a lot of the things I remember from when I was younger have to do with like my parents getting divorced and really negative things from that. And I don't know if those just override anything negative that might or might not have happened to me because of the ectrodactyly, but I don't feel like I'm blocking anything out. Well, I don't remember that.
I know. Selective memory. It's a good thing sometimes. My hypothesis about Andrea is that she has a lot of bravado that I never had at her age. She doesn't seem to be as easily bruised emotionally as I was, and as Aaron seems to be capable of being hurt.
When I get made fun of, I let it sink in. As a result, I'm more emotional than my sister.
that's